I was gonna make a different video, but I just finished watching Twinkling Watermelon and I love it so much I have to get it out of my system. So here it is. I'm also gonna do it while building this. My friend gave this to me, and so I thought, why not? Chances are if you click on this video, you are already familiar with Twinkling Watermelon. But in case you haven't, Twinkling Watermelon is about this guy. His name is Eun. He's an 18-year-old CODA. He's the child of every parent's dreams. One day he stumbles upon this place that transports him from the present year, which is 2023, into the year 1995. There he meets up with younger 18-year-old version of his parents, and so his time traveling adventure begins. I don't watch a lot of K-dramas because I find it daunting. You might find this weird, but I'd rather watch a 20-minute episode of a TV show that has 10 seasons than a K-drama that only has one season, but each episode is an hour long. I know it's weird because when you think about it, TV shows are ultimately longer than K-dramas, but at least each episode is bite-sized. My sister knows this about me actually, and so the way she kind of, I guess, forced me to watch a K-drama is by literally just setting up her laptop or the projector and have me watch it with her. And we would just watch together, and naturally, I would watch along. The thing with time traveling theme in movies, TV shows, K-dramas is that it's hard to nail. Do you see that? It's such a complex concept. The thing is, yeah, you can change it, but the future is actually more complex than that. There are a lot of alternatives as to what's going to happen in the future. So even if you change the past, it's not going to turn out exactly to what you want it to be if you go back to the future. Did they nail the time traveling concept? Technically, I don't think so. There are a lot of things that I find illogical. See, it's things like this that make me not super analytical, but yeah, I tend to be analytical about these sort of things. I guess that's not the point of Twinkling Watermelon. Yeah, it's illogical, but the thing that they're trying to convey is just it's your emotions rather than being meticulously into the time traveling concept. Oh man, the rom-com subplot is I love Eun and Anu. I love Yi-chan and oh man, I forgot about the mom's name. The thing I like about the romance subplot is it builds up slowly. And so you really get to see how they start to have feelings for each other. And there are no unnecessary make-out scenes or, second base, third base scenes like a lot of movies are nowadays. And because it builds up slowly, you can see the genuine feelings they have for their love interest. There. Nailed it. I thought I was gonna be super enthusiastic talking about Twinkling Watermelon, but because I'm doing this, my attention is divided, and instead I look confused and frustrated because of how confusing this is. Let's talk about one of the main messages of this K-drama, and that is to live life to the fullest, because YOLO. Yes, it is cliche, but it's true, don't you think? YOLO doesn't mean you live life recklessly. That's not the point. I think part of living your life to the fullest is living your life responsibly, taking care of yourself so that you're able to live longer and enjoy life a bit longer. I, for one, am not a CODA, so I don't know what it's like to live that way. I don't know what it feels like to live that way. But seeing Eun getting through that as a CODA, I can finally Well, not finally. I mean, I can understand it already generally, but seeing the world through his lens, I can have a deep understanding as to what it's like to live life as the only person in the family who can hear. So now that I see what he has been going through, it must have been hard. It's not like his family pressured him to be a caregiver in a way, but as someone who is the only one in the family who can hear, I can see why he automatically puts this pressure to himself. Because why wouldn't you, right? Also, mind you, he's the youngest in the family. I really love this scene where they were about to go back, and it's a quote from a new, and she says, "Put down the burden already. It's not your burden to carry. You forced yourself to take on the burden. Do you think it made them happy? No. On the contrary, it made them worry and it made them sad. They worried that you'd become more miserable because of them. No one can live your life for you. Let 1995 Yi-chan figure things out on their own. Believe in Yi-chan." I always thought that they're cool and unique. I mean, of course, it sucks that you are not able to hear. It sucks that that's a disability that you have to go through in life. But at the end of the day, I still find it quite fascinating because you have your own language, you have sort of your own, you live differently, and that to me is interesting. My sister knows about this, my fascination towards that and sign language, and that's actually one of the main reasons why she insisted that I should watch this K drama. Okay, let's talk about Ichan's hearing loss for a moment. The day he lost his hearing, it's so shocking. Heart. I mean, I've seen this coming already, but still, when it happened, it's still shocking and heartbreaking. And I truly I feel for Ichan. Can you imagine you've been so used to hearing for so long, for 18 years, and then one day, just like that, you lost your hearing? If that happened to me, I would genuinely freak out. It's it's terrifying. It's overwhelming. And I don't think it doesn't just apply to that. I think it also applies to someone like Chongha. I finally remember the mom's name, who is deaf her whole life. And if one day she is able to hear, I mean, of course, it's a good thing that she would be able to hear, and of course, she's happy about it. But because she's used to not being able to hear for so long, for 18 years, if one day she's able to hear just like that, I think, joy aside, I think she would still freak out and be overwhelmed because it's so new. Earlier, I talked about how Eun puts this pressure on himself as a CODA, but despite the fact that most of his family is deaf, he has such a loving family. Even with disability, even when they were poor, if you have a harmonious family, that's the real privilege right there. And so it's heartbreaking for me as an audience, and for Eun especially as the son of Chongha and Ichan, to witness that his parents did not have the same privilege. In the K drama, you can see that Ichan's dad left him because he lives this life frivolously, and Chongha's living with an abusive stepmother and stepbrother and stepsister, and that her dad is rarely around because of how busy he is. Even Choi Se-gyung has it rough with her family, and Eun as well. So much so that Eun actually initially was going to end her life. It's interesting that Eun and Eun traveled back in time to see what their parents were like when they were their age, and they get to see why their parents are the way they are. The ending is too rushed. right after watching it, I was like, wait, how about this one? How about this one? How come they don't show Eunwoo's new life, new present? I really wish that they show Eunwoo's side of the new 2023. Are their parents still together? Is the grandfather still alive? Is she still playing the cello? Also, with the new 2023, how does Eunwoo get to like guitar in the first place? Because in the beginning, the old 2023, that happened because he was bullied by his family's landlord's son, and they lived there because they were poor. And in the new 2023, they're already rich in the first place because of Chong Ha. So logically, they wouldn't be living in that same apartment with that same landlord, right? So how does he get together with that grandpa? Flawed logic aside, I wish that they make an extended episode of Eunwoo's new life, or how Eunwoo and Eunwoo's adjusting their new life. As for season 2, I'm not really big on season 2. I mean, yeah, it would be cool to have season 2, but at the same time, what if they ruined Twinkling Watermelon by having season 2? So, all in all, I think Twinkling Watermelon might be the best K drama I have ever watched. It's hilarious. Oh man, the funny moments in there are just so many.
있잖아! Wake up! Open your eyes! 내 피. 안 돼! 하이찬! 집중! Yes, teacher. 많이 수업. 레전드. Wow!
It's poignant, it makes you feel things, it makes you cry for them, it makes you root for them, it makes you feel for them. I love the characters, I love their chemistry. It's really wholesome. It's about a lot of things. It's about family, it's about friendship, it's about love, it's about living life, it's about music, youth, time traveling, all that. And I really love how it teaches you to live in the moment, live life to the fullest, be in the present. I love how, because the people in 1995, nobody believed in time traveling, nobody believed that it's real, and it makes sense that they think that way. We as an audience, we already know the context, but they don't. And so because they don't know the context, all the things Eunwoo does rubs off the wrong way for them.
오늘부터 우리 1일이다. 너 1년만 내 눈앞에 있어달라는데 그것도 못해줘?
I can also feel Eunwoo's frustration because Eunwoo knows about the whole time traveling situation. We, as the audience, know about it, but the people in 1995 don't. And there's no point in telling them or convincing them that they're from the future because nobody will believe them.
왜? 뭐 미래에서 온 소년 좀 되시나? 어떻게 알았어? 이 도른 새끼 진짜.
And it's frustrating to us, but at the same time, it makes sense, right? Like, can you imagine you living your life, minding your own business, and suddenly someone comes up to you, some stranger comes up to you and say, "Hi, I am your son/daughter from the future, and I'm here to fix your life." Of course you're not gonna buy. I, for one, am not gonna buy it because time traveling is not real. I definitely recommend Twinkling Watermelon. It is such an emotional roller coaster. Anyway, I can talk about this for hours, but I'm doing this. It's barely done, but it's starting to come together, right? Really nice, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think it's focused. Anyway, and so I'm done with the commentary, not with this. I still have some parts to put on. This was fun. I enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. I would love to hear your thoughts about Twinkling Watermelon in the comments below. Definitely comment anything about Twinkling Watermelon. I would love to talk about Twinkling Watermelon until I get sick of it. And I'm not sick of it now, so while I still want to talk about it, leave comments. Okay, my beautiful people, Goodbye. I think I'm missing a piece. Uh-oh.
Oopsie daisy.
Uh-oh. No. No, 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 no. This cannot be happening.